Welcome to Core Program. In this video, we discuss about middleware in ASP.NET Core. In this video, we cover what is middleware, how middleware works, where is middleware available in ASP.NET Core, how to add a new middleware, order of the execution of middleware, use method, next method, and map method in middleware. So let's first discuss what is middleware in ASP.NET Core. Middleware is a piece of software that can handle an HTTP request or response. As you know, in the ASP.NET Core MVC, when a user requests through the browser, then it sends to the web server, means go to the controller and do back the response to the client browser. Apart from that, there is some task to be done in the request and response. Actually, every request is filtered through the HTTP pipeline called as middleware. The middleware filters the user request and then sends to the corresponding component, and it sends back to the response in same channel. Then let's discuss where to use middleware components in the ASP.NET Core application. The middleware component may be used for authenticating the user. Another middleware component may be used to log the request and response. Another middleware may be used to handle the errors. We may have a middleware component that is used to handle the static file, such as images, JavaScript, or CSS file, etc. Also, middleware can be used to authorize the users while accessing a specific resources. In ASP.NET Core, there are so many built-in middleware components are already available that you can directly use. If you want, then you can also create your own middleware components, or you can say it is called as custom middleware components. The most important point you need to remember that a particular middleware component should only have a use in specific purpose. That means if a middleware is used for authenticating the user, then this middleware cannot be used for the request or response or to handle the errors. If you have worked with the previous version of ASP.NET, then you may know that we use HTTP handlers and HTTP modules to set up the request processing pipeline. This pipeline, which will determine how the HTTP request and response is going to be processed. Similarly, in ASP.NET Core, the middleware components are the components that we use to set up the request processing pipeline in the ASP.NET Core application. Using this image, we are going to discuss about the request and response processing pipeline in ASP.NET Core. Before jump to the real-time ASP.NET Core application, we need to understand the middleware processing pipeline. When an HTTP request comes in, the first request delegates handle that request. It chooses either passing the request to the next component in the pipeline or performing certain actions before and after next component is invoked in the pipeline. It allows unnecessary work to be avoided. This is very useful in some scenarios like handling exceptions before anything else or serving the static files. Let's discuss the process flow of the middleware following the above image. When a user requests through the browser, it comes to the middleware 1 and internally it did some logic. And if there is use next method, then it jump to the middleware 2. If the next method is not used here, then the middleware 1 responds back to the browser. Here in the middleware 1, we use the next method, so it jump to the middleware 2, do some the logic. And if there is next method is called, then it is go to the middleware 3. If the next method is not called, then it go back to the middleware 1, then responds back to the browser. Like this, in middleware 2, we use the next method, so it goes to the middleware 3 and some logic is happens in middleware 3. As we have not used the next method here, then it responds back to the middleware 2, then to middleware 1, then responds back to the browser. So we conclude that according to the request order, the response order will be same. We can use n number of middleware in ASP.NET Core application, but every middleware have their one specific logic. That means middleware 1 have some logic, middleware 2 have some logic, middleware 3 some logic. Let's prove the process flow by doing an example. Flip to Visual Studio. I have created a ASP.NET Core application with empty template. The middleware are written in the startup.cs class in the configure method. You can see that in the configure method there is already some built-in middleware is available. The built-in middleware is use developer exception page, use routing, like this. The configure method is basically used to configure the HTTP request pipeline. When you move to the iApplication folder, then go to the definition, you can see there is find the use method. When we expand this, you can find the summary as a middleware delegate to the application request pipeline. As like this image, we are going toward 3 middleware, and whatever discussion we have made, we see that practically. So we need toward the first middleware here. Toward the middleware, we are going to use the delegate, right? So of dot use, then context, the next, such that let's use async, then await, context dot response dot write a sync, let's add hello from middleware 1, right? Let's run this and see what happens. It only print hello from middleware 1. This is because in the middleware 1 we have not used the next method, so it responds back to the server like this. Let's add another 2 middleware. Let's hit middleware 2, then it's middleware 3. If you use await next, after using next method, it should be jumped to the middleware 2. Let's run the application. You can see the result is print was middleware 1, then middleware 2. This is because we have used the next method. After response of the middleware 1, it jumped to the middleware 2 and the response is printed here. Let's we add another response after the next method. Let's name as response. Let's run the application and see the output. You can see here the result is print as middleware 1, then middleware 2, then print middleware 1 response. But the question is, in the middleware 1 we have declared the response message, but why the middleware 2 is called before the response message? This is because in middleware 1 the result is printed as hello from middleware 1, and though you use the next method, it directly jumped to the middleware 2. Then in the middleware 2 you have not used the next method, so it responds back to the middleware 1 to the response, so that the result is printed like this. Suppose we make here await next, then what will happen? Run the application. You can see that first it printed middleware 1, then printed middleware 2, then printed middleware 3, then it directly printed middleware 1 response. This is because in the middleware 2 we have not written any response message, so when it come to the middleware 3 there is no next method is used, so it sent to the middleware 2 and not found any response logic here, so it go to the middleware 1 and some response logic is found here, so it sent to the response to the browser. Here you can see another middleware is already append here, but this middleware is not called. So to call this middleware we have to just use await next, right? Then run the application. Let's again discuss the process flow. First it called the middleware 1, then call middleware 2, then called middleware 3. As we use next method, then it jump to the hello world, then it the same order it return back. In the middleware 3 there is no response message, in middleware 2 there is no response message, but in middleware 1 there is the response message, so it printed like this. I hope now you have the brief idea about the middleware and the process flow. Let's take another example and I will discuss about more briefly about the middleware components. Here we have considering about the 3 middleware component. First is logging middleware component, second is static files middleware component, and the third is MVC middleware component. The logging middleware component simply logs the request time and then pass the request to the next middleware component, that is static middleware component, in the request pipeline for further processing. A middleware component in ASP.NET Core may also handle the HTTP request by generic and HTTP response. The ASP.NET Core middleware component may also decide not to call the next middleware component in the request processing pipeline. This concept is called short-circuiting the request pipeline. For example, we have a static file middleware component, and if the incoming HTTP request comes for some static file such as images, CSS files, etc., then this static files middleware component can handle the request and then short circuit the request pipeline by not calling to the next component pipeline, that is MVC middleware component. As we already discussed, the ASP.NET Core middleware components can have access to both the HTTP request and response in the pipeline, so middleware component can also process the outgoing response. For example, the logging middleware component in our case may log the time when the response is sent back to the client. Then let's discuss what are run, map, and use method in ASP.NET Core. Run, map, and use are the three methods that you will need to use configure HTTP pipeline. Run method is basically generate a response and short circuit the request. The run method is an extension method in the IE application builder and accepts a parameter request delegate that handle the request. Run method enables short circuiting with the terminal middleware delegates. To confirm the short circuiting and a brief more discuss about the run method, let's flip to the Visual Studio and remove here all the middleware that we just used. Also, let's remove all these things. Let's declare a extension method here. Private. Let's task. Then my middleware HTTP context. Let's say it's context. Then return context dot response dot write as async. Let's say hello world from extension method. Let's call the extension method here. To calling the extension method, we just type up.run, then the extension method name. Then declare another response up.run. Let's async context so that just copy it. Need to remove the return and add the await and just to be type hello world. Let's run the application. You can see only the custom extension method is called here. The second response message is not called due to because the short circuiting. Then come to the use method. We have already discussed about the use methods. So let's quickly see in another example. Use method is basically used to perform the logic and send to the request to the next part. Use method allows to call next desired middleware delegates. Let's comment it, and here let's copy this, and instead of run, let's make use, then async, then context such that await hello world. Then we need to add await of next. Let's change the text hello world from use method, right? So run the application and you can see it print hello world from use. Then as we use the next method, it jump to the second middleware. Then let's discuss the map method. This method is used to match the request delegates based on the request path. This method allows the branching to the pipeline path. In other words, this method creates the separate paths or branches for your middleware pipeline and multiple terminating ends. Let's prove this. And we need to add a custom handle map method. To add this, let's private static void, let's name as custom handle map. Then we need to add the IE application builder here. IE application builder, let's off. Then here we need to just copy this and paste here. Up.run as a context. Then some text need to be changed, that is map method is called, right? Block the use method here. Then here we need to call the custom handle map. To call this, let's declare up.map. You can see in the overloading we need to pass the path as string, then the application builder configuration. So first we need to add the path. Let's the custom path name is suppose custom map, right? Then the map method as custom handle map. Copy this and let's run this application. You can see that the map method is not called here. This is because the map method is need to match with the pattern matching. So to check this, copy this URL. Then in the slash we have used the name as custom map. So copy this and hit enter. You can see that the map method is called here. Let's discuss the most important point about the middleware, the execution order of the middleware in ASP.NET Core. As of now, we know that when a request is come to the server, then it first goes to the middleware. There are several middleware are available in the component, so we need to understand what are the order flow. When the request is come to the configure method, first is called the exception handler middleware. Then it called the HSTS for the transport level security. Then it called to the HTTP redirection. Then it called the static files, then routing, then CRUDs, then authentication, authorization, then it go to the custom middleware, then finally endpoint. On the endpoint, the same rule to be followed to response back. There are some built-in middleware available in the ASP.NET Core, so we should understand what are the middleware. We need to remember we should use the use prefix naming convention when you create a new custom middleware. For example, suppose you have to create a custom middleware for the file uploading, so the custom middleware name as use file upload. Let's discuss what are the built-in middleware are. First one is the exception handling. In the exception handling, we should use developer exception page or use database error page. Use in development page to catch the runtime exception. Use exception handler method is used in the production for runtime exceptions. Then HSTS or HTTP redirection. In this we have used two methods, use HSTS or use HTTP redirection. Use HSTS used in production to enable HSTS. And the redirection forces the HTTP calls to automatically redirect to equivalent HTTP addresses. Calling these methods next to ensure that the HTTPS can be performed before resources are served from the web server. Then another middleware is the static files. Use static files method used to enable the static files such as HTML, JavaScript, CSS and graphic files. This middleware is called LEN to avoid the need for the authentication session or MVC middleware. Then cookie policy. Use cookie policy method is used to enforce cookie policy and display friendly messaging. Use MVC method and routes.maproute method. Use MVC method enables to use MVC in your web application with the ability to customize routes for your MVC application and set other options. And the maproute is set the default route for any custom routing when using MVC. Then authentication, authorization and session. These have the two methods, use authentication and user sessions. Use authentication is basically used to enable authentication and then subsequently allow to the authorization. Then user session is manually added in the startup file to enable the session and middleware. So far this video we discuss all possibilities of the middleware in ASP.NET Core. Still have any doubt or concern, then please add your comments. The content are available in the core program blog. You can go through that. The link is shared in the description box. Do like and subscribe for more upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.